Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. A lot of people are feeling a bit down today because, well, price is down in the world of crypto. XRP down to as low as 49 cents, Bitcoin down to as low as roughly $25,400. So it's not surprising that some people are feeling down, but I'm not. I'll tell you guys, I'm not kidding. When the price goes down, it does not emotionally hit me. I just don't care. I've been riding this crazy-ass roller coaster for almost 6 years. I've been through all of the volatility that's existed for 6 years. It's never shaken me out. I've been unwavering in my confidence for the long-term viability of XRP and the crypto asset class because there's real freaking utility. And so a few things to that. And I'm going to share with you a comment from on-chain analytics firm Santiment, and I really enjoy their work. And I like their analysis too when they give their personal perspective, but I'm mostly, honestly, just interested in the raw data because it's on-chain. It's on-chain metrics. Anybody can take a look at that and you got half a brain, you know what we're talking about here. And it's good. It's good stuff. In fact, they talk about 3 XRP metrics specifically kicking off the month of September, and despite the price action, looking good, including developer activity, by the way, which I find incredibly fascinating and positive. I also transcribed something from Ripple CTO and co-creator of the XRP ledger, David Schwartz, and it's one of those things, like, you hear him say it, and it's just the enthusiasm and the correctness purely of what he stated. It's one of those things where it hits you. But it has to do with, like, the obvious fact that the technology already exists for the Internet of Value as Ripple envisions it to come to pass. You know, moving money around the planet from any jurisdiction, basically for free, in real time. And we know that XRP is at the center of this as it pertains specifically to converting from one fiat currency to another. We know this. So it's already technologically possible. It's not been implemented, but XRP is at the forefront of this thanks to Ripple for this particular use case. It couldn't be more obvious that that is the world we're going to be living in. It's just that things are slow. Banks are conservative, but before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this video, XRP is up a bit from the bottom over the last 24 hours. It's at 50 cents. Bitcoin also up a little bit from the bottom at $25,863. Crypto Fear and Greed Index 39 out of 100. So not surprisingly, price go down. Little lemmings out there get fear. Oh my God, my feels are hitting me real bad today because our price went down. I imagine they sound like that, some of them at least. And so it's probably highly accurate. So again, not terribly surprising, but 39 out of 100 on the Crypto Fear and Greed Index here. And I just look at this stuff, like, I just try to take the most realistic approach possible. Like, what is the most reasonable? Because I'll tell you what, like, the day it makes sense to be truly fearful is the day that I'm panicking. If I'm panicking, then yes, the world's over, the sky is falling, it's fire and brimstones for all of us. Like, if I'm coming at you like that, yeah, then pay attention, okay? But nothing has fundamentally changed. I just see things, in terms of, like, the stuff that matters, all that stuff just gets better in terms of utility, legal clarity, you name it. All that stuff gets better. And so the messy, irresponsible, emotional humans, that move market prices, I don't care what they have to say in the short term or even the midterm. Over the long term, it's going to matter because eventually they got to decide that, this is actually worth something. Then, price catches up to value. Although it's interesting, though, even though that I believe that will happen, value's increasing the whole time because with value being separate from price. So we're talking about actual utility here. So I shared this perspective because some people are like, oh my God, XRP is about where it was. I saw people talking about this, XRP is about where it was, after or right before, rather, the SEC v. Ripple case decision came down from Judge Torres. It was at, the upper 40-cent range, and people are like, oh my God, it's right back there. Oh my God, what is going on? And so I had some additional perspective because I don't think that it makes sense to be looking at it quite the way that people are looking at it, if that's what's of paramount importance or paramount relevance in their minds. And so here's what I posted on X, formerly known as Twitter. XRP hit as low as 49 cents today, but it's very safe to say that XRP price would be way lower right now without legal clarity. Bitcoin was about $30,500 right before the Torres ruling. It's now $25,895, down 15%. XRP was 47 cents right before the ruling. It's now 50 cents, up 6%. So folks, I'm just adding some perspective there. Because again, we know that the reason this is important, XRP follows Bitcoin. The market, in fact, the entire crypto market moves in tandem. So I'm telling you, like, because think about this. Think about the top 10 cryptos. Everything's down because Bitcoin's been sliding for over a month now, a good month and a half in particular. Bitcoin's been sliding down, and everything under the sun's been following it with pretty much like rare exception, right? And so for you to think that no XRP would be here even without the legal clarity, you'd have to believe that XRP would be the only large cap coin that didn't get hurt and in fact moved up in price over the last 6 weeks, even though Bitcoin is down 15%. Does that make logical sense? No, it does not. That's because the price today is higher than it otherwise would be, if not for the legal clarity. More people are in XRP, more institutions are in XRP. I get it, you would like it to be higher. Guess what? Me too. Everybody that's an XRP holder would like it to be higher. But you know what you can't do? Is in the snap of a finger, fix 2.5 years of damage caused by the SEC. You can't just make all the people that otherwise would have accumulated XRP for the last 2.5 years, including in institutions, you can't make them just magically, snap of a finger, be holding XRP. It's going to take a long time for this to heal, and now we know that. You know, we were pondering, is it possible that XRP actually rockets to a new all-time high? I remember pondering that openly on the channel. Not that I didn't expect that to happen. I was going through a thought process because my videos are frequently a stream of consciousness. And so I was saying, well, it just makes me wonder, is this going to be the one thing where this time's actually different? But the truth of the matter is, and I noted it at the time, XRP has never gone on those types of rallies and never hit a new all-time high like that without Bitcoin moving first. Without Bitcoin going on a rampage, XRP's never had that. And so now we know, and we should not be surprised, XRP's continuing to behave as it always has, following Bitcoin. So what? So the market's not in euphoria right now, and XRP didn't do it. So what? There's way fewer people in XRP than there would have been if not for the damage that was done for the 2.5+ years. Okay, I'm an adult. I can accept that. And so I'm just adding some perspective here. We're still better off than we otherwise would have been. And I'm willing to bet that XRP probably would be 30-something cents, maybe 30 cents exactly, who knows? Maybe even worse, who knows? If not for the fact that it has legal clarity here. So it's not that bad. In the scheme of things, it's not going to matter. We see, and again, we want... I like that the market is doing what it's been doing since way before I jumped into crypto. In that sense, that aspect of it, the concept at least, is predictable. XRP follows Bitcoin. And so I just sit here asking myself, do I believe Bitcoin's going to be worth way more in the future? Do I believe that Bitcoin at some unknown point in the future will hit a new all-time high? Well, I don't know for sure, but my bet is yes, and I continue to hold Bitcoin. And I believe that XRP will follow that. And there's way less money in XRP, which is a positive, because then you can get a greater multiplier effect, and that's why, it's one of the many reasons why XRP is my individual largest crypto holding. It's a sweet spot for me where it's been around for over a decade. It's not some sort of fly-by-night crypto, so in that sense, it's got more trust. You know, people have been trying to hack it for over a decade unsuccessfully, but there's not that much money in it. I know it's a large cap, but in crypto in 2023, generally speaking, a large cap crypto doesn't have that much money in it, not really. So I don't care about that. And then there was this from my fellow XRP YouTuber, The Bearable Bull, and I just was like, yup, spot on. He posted, because it's not tweets, and they're not tweets anymore. Bearable Bull wrote, I find it funny that people leave when it's time to get rich, but always come back to get sold on every time. Okay, now that is spot on. Because what's happening right now? People aren't as excited about crypto, and then what happens? There's less enthusiasm. There are fewer people participating on social media, fewer people watching YouTube videos about anything crypto just in general. This is the time to be paying attention. So kudos to all of you listening for being interested and curious enough to just look into this stuff, even at the quote-unquote scary, sad, bad times, whatever you want to call it. And then those people, what always happens? Markets get hot, now it's exciting again, and these people have already sold, and then prices start going up, and then they want to buy. And so think about it. What the Bearable Bull is saying here is he's buying from these people when they're in fear. So he's purchasing their fear. And then he sells it back to him at a way higher price when they come back when markets hit euphoria. That's just how it works. It's so silly, which is why I just don't participate in this. And I know that humans are going to keep acting like humans. That's why it's so easy for every single day. Even when price is down, I'm just like, yeah, whatever, this is awesome. I legitimately mean that. And then there's this. So this is from Santiment. And I was referencing this at the outset of the video. XRP is seeing major utility spikes to start the month. In addition to today's milestone highs in on-chain transaction volume, 4.8 billion XRP, and circulation, 2.03 billion XRP, the development activity for the 5th largest cap asset in crypto is up big as well. And so, folks, there's 3 metrics that you can consider. And they're all fascinating, but I do find the one about developer activity to be the most interesting. And it is admittedly all over the place. But look, these things, they even out over time. It's the same thing in terms of price action, activity, this or that. Markets find, normalcy. And so fine, you could technically call this extreme volatility normal for crypto. Okay, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is what you have in a mature market is... there's a certain amount of participants that are always doing what they're doing. Yes, there will always be some amount of volatility, just like there is in the stock market, but markets become less volatile. And so even if you're talking about developer activity for tracking it on a chart, I'm just saying that I would expect even that to even out. So it'd still be, to whatever degree, volatile as developers come in and out of the space always, but trending upwards substantially to the point where that activity is going to be less noticeable as a percent of the overall activity. That's what I'm saying. But see, this is what I'm talking about. It does continue to trend in this direction. And to bring that home, that point home, there is this clip shared by RizXRP, and I'd actually heard this clip before. It's probably from over a year ago, but it's from David Schwartz. And I thought on a day like this, where some people are feeling a bit down and sad and gloomy, maybe just kind of recognize that utility matters, and it's actually here, and this is why we're here, isn't it ultimately? I mean, yes, to make money, but like utility matters, does it not? Don't you think that the price ultimately follows this stuff at some point in the future? I do. And so here's a quote from David Schwartz. We have the technology to allow every financial institution on the planet to settle with every other financial institution in a compatible jurisdiction in any asset in seconds for less than a penny. Just think about this. Anyone who's made a payment knows we're nowhere near that today. But imagine every financial institution settling with every other financial institution in seconds for less than a penny in any asset. That's fundamentally transformative. We have the technology to do it. Now we just need to figure out how to drive the adoption. Spot on. And he said fundamentally transformative. Absolutely. What's at the core of that, though, as it pertains to making this unicorn land actually possible? That would be, yes, you're correct. That's right. All of you saying that would be correct. It is XRP. And it's at the core of Ripple's business model. 100% correct. So are we going to see that future actually adopted? Are people going to be like, no, this is cool. No, this is fine. Look, it just takes time for technology to be adopted, whether it's the internet or cryptocurrency or the automobile. Oh, those newfangled horseless carriages, those will never pick up. No, nobody's ever going to really want those. It's a fad. That'll go away, right? But this is how some people think. Like, there are a lot of people out there that just aren't particularly visionary. They're not very forward thinking. But since you're here, I know that that's not you. You guys get the big picture, and it is coming, and we are here first. We beat almost all of the institutions. We beat almost every other human on the planet. And now all we have to do is precisely nothing. Or at least that's what you do whatever you want. You can buy, sell, hold, do whatever you want. I don't care. I'm going to do nothing. It's awesome. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.